Today on this 2012 Jeep Liberty, we'll be having a look at and showing you how to install the Roadmaster battery charge line kit for towed vehicles, part number RM-156-25. Here's what our battery charge line kit looks like installed. Now what this will allow us to do is to maintain the battery charge in our Liberty, so when we arrive at our destination and we unhook from our motorhome, we don't have to worry about the battery being dead, and our vehicle will be able to start first time without having to worry about jumping it, calling roadside assistance, or anything like that. We'll be able to start it, go on our explorations of the town, the mountains, wherever we're at, it doesn't matter. We'll have the freedom and the peace of mind to just get in our vehicle and go and be on about our way. Now this is ideal for vehicles that are being flat towed behind our motorhome that have a portable braking system that plug into the 12-volt outlet in your vehicle, because those are drawing power off your vehicle's battery. With this installed, you won't have to worry about the battery being run down because it's constantly being charged as you're towing it behind your motorhome. Now even some other braking systems that aren't portable, they'll hook directly to your vehicle's battery anyways, and they will still take power off of it, and this will work great for those as well. Now when you combine your charge line kit with a 6-pole or a 7-pole connector, or whatever connector you want on the front of your vehicle, you don't have to worry about running an additional jumper wire between your Liberty and your RV. This will allow you to do it all through one umbilical connection, so there's no additional connections to make. Now that we've gone over some features of our Roadmaster charge line kit, we'll show you how to get it installed. To begin our install, we'll start off by pointing out where we have our wire routed. We routed this when we had our fascia off when we installed the base plate. We tied this in with the wiring for our 4-pole flat connector. The red wire is the wire that we're focusing on because this is the wire for our charge line kit. We put it inside our wire loom right here that comes with the charge line kit, so we don't have any colored wires sticking out behind our fascia. It routes along the fascia, and there's a large hole right behind the headlight where our wire comes up. Conveniently right next to our battery, we'll have to make a connection too. We'll let the wire drape to the side for right now. This is the Roadmaster 6-pole connector that we were using. This is part number RM-910030-7 on our website if you would like to purchase one. Okay, we'll start off. We have 5 wires here. We'll strip off the insulation from each wire. 1/4 inch or so is all we need to have stripped off. We'll take our connector, take off the protective dust cover at the back of it, take our wires, insert them through the hole, and we'll slide the cover back out of the way on the wires. Now we have the back side of our 6-pole here, and we have all of our terminals labeled. GDs for ground, LTs for left turn signal and left brake light, RTs for right turn signal and right brake light, S would be for stop lights or a trailer brake function, TM is for tail lights and marker lights, and then the A is auxiliary. A, in our case, we'll be using for our charge wire. So we'll start with that one. Take a Phillips screwdriver, loosen the set screw. Our charge wire is our red wire. Stick it inside the terminal, and we'll tighten the set screw down onto the wire. Okay, we'll do our ground terminal next. That's the one marked GD. That'll get our white wire. I twist the wires together so they go inside the terminal easier. Do our left turn signal now. That gets our yellow wire. Do the right turn signal. That gets our green wire. And that leaves us with our tail light and marker lights. That's our final brown wire. Once we have all of our terminals secure, we'll pull back on the wires a little bit to make sure they're not going to come out. Okay. Now we'll take some dielectric grease, which we have available on our website, and go inside the back of our connector over our terminals, and this will help protect them from any moisture or corrosion that could enter the back side of the socket. This will ensure that we have a proper electrical connection. Take our cover now, and we'll slide it back. Now we'll secure our dust cover onto the connector and go up along the wires back under our loom. This will help further protect it. Just using some electrical tape for this. Okay, with that done, we shouldn't have to worry about any moisture getting inside here causing corrosion or short. We can secure our connector using the 2 holes to the 2 prongs on our base plate. And we'll use self-tapping screws to do that. These came with the base plate. Get one started, the other one started. And tighten them down fully. Now we need to find a place to mount our circuit breaker. When we mount this, we want to make sure it's not going to interfere with any other components of the vehicle, such as the hood for clearance or for other services like changing the oil or removing a battery, anything like that. Now, right here, next to this hole on our fender support, there's plenty of room for hood clearance. I've already double checked this by closing the hood to make sure its studs on the terminals wouldn't contact it. So we're fine there, and it provides us close access to our battery for securing the wires. I'm gonna mount it right in this location using our provided self-tapping screws. Okay, that's a nice secure mount. Now we're gonna take our red charge line wire that goes from our 6-pole connector at the front of the vehicle and measure off how much we're going to need to connect to the gold terminal on our breaker. This is the battery terminal. We'll cut off the excess. Strip back some insulation. Take one of our small ring terminals, stick it on the wire, crimp it down. Remove the nut. Stick it on the stud. Reinstall the nut. Tighten the nut. Take our other end of wire that we cut off. Strip back one end. Take the other small ring terminal. Crimp it. And we'll place this onto the silver terminal, which is the auxiliary terminal. And this is the terminal that'll go to our battery. Even though the other terminal's battery, we're treating that as the battery source from the RV, so it'll charge the battery in this vehicle via the auxiliary side. Now this wire will connect to the positive terminal on our battery, so we'll slide this cover up. Run our wire over, find out how much we're going to need, cut off the excess. Then we should be able to slide it through the protective cover on our battery and up. This will help route the wire better to make it easier to service the battery if and when we need to replace it. So we'll strip off the insulation. Take our large ring terminal, place that on the wire, crimp that, and we'll place that under this nut right here, which is a 10mm. So we used a couple of the zip ties that come with the kit and secured our wires to an existing wiring harness on the vehicle. This gives us a nice clean look, and we'll also keep the wires out of the way. So if we need to remove the battery cables to take the battery out, we don't have to worry about them getting snagged on the battery itself. Now, even though I already checked and verified that we do have plenty of clearance between our studs and the hood, I'm going to take a rotary tool to cut off the excess, just so we have a little bit more margin of safety. And that completes our look at and installation of the Roadmaster battery charge line kit for towed vehicles, part number RM-156-25 on this 2012 Jeep Liberty.